Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm gonna compare the new Asus Zenfone 5G with the Oneplus 5T. Both handsets are costing almost the same, so let's get into the video. And starting off with the physical aspects, we are gonna have aluminum frame and glass back on the Zenfone 5G versus its fully aluminum body on the Oneplus 5T. The screen size is 6" on the 5T versus its 6.2" on the Zenfone, and it's 19:9 aspect ratio on the handset, which is even longer than a traditional 18:9 screen which we're gonna have on the OnePlus 5T. And also there's gonna be a notch on the 5G which some people might not like. So yeah. So as for the size of both handsets, the OnePlus is gonna be a bit more longer than the Zenfone, where the width is almost the same on both handsets. So as for the bezel-less design on both handsets, the screen to body ratio is obviously higher on the Zenfone, which is 83%, and as for the weight, both handsets are gonna be pretty close. We are gonna have on-screen controls on both handsets, and the fingerprint scanner is on the back, and both handsets also support facial recognition. For connectivity, both handsets are coming with USB Type-C port along with the headphone jack, and at last, the water protection is missing on both handsets. The 5G is coming with IPS LCD display versus its AMOLED on the 5T, and the screen resolution is Full HD Plus on both handsets, so the screen sharpness is gonna be the same, which is 400 ppi. The 5T supports HDR videos, and as it's an OLED screen on the handset, the always-on display is gonna be working really good. And at last, for the protection of these displays, both handsets are gonna have Gorilla Glass display protection, so no worries. As for the performance aspects, we are gonna have the new Snapdragon 845 on the Zenfone 5G versus Snapdragon 835 on the OnePlus 5T. So the performance is gonna be really good on both handsets, where it's gonna be even better on the 5G. And as for the RAM, both handsets are gonna be the kings of multitasking, as both are coming with 8GB of RAM variants along with 6GB, while there's also gonna be a 4GB RAM variant of the Zenfone 5G. The storage is gonna be 64 and 128GB on both handsets, while there's also gonna be a 256GB variant of the Zenfone, and this further can be increased via microSD card on the handset, while we can't increase the storage on the OnePlus 5T. Coming to the camera, and it's gonna be 12 megapixels main sensor on the Zenfone versus 16 megapixels on the OnePlus 5T with larger aperture size f1.7. Where the sensor size is larger on the Zenfone means detailed and less noisy pictures. The secondary sensor on the 5T is 20 megapixels, and it's a color sensor, so it's gonna be assisting the main sensor in taking good pictures, versus on the 5G the secondary sensor is 8 megapixels wide angle, so the maximum field of view is gonna be 120 degrees on the handset, which is super wide, and on both handsets we can take portrait images, which is good. And thanks to the Snapdragon 845 on the Zenfone, it uses AI to a big extent, and it can detect scenes and objects and changes the camera settings accordingly, which in action looks really good. For refocusing, both handsets uses face detection, which on the Zenfone is dual pixel, means it's gonna be fast and more accurate on the handset. And for stabilization, both handsets uses software based stabilization. Video recording is gonna be 4K at 30 FPS on both handsets, and the OnePlus records 720p at 120 FPS, where the Zenfone captures 1080p at the same rate, and it can record 720p at double to 40 frames per second. The front camera is 8 megapixels on the 5G versus 16 megapixels on the 5T, and on both handsets we can take portrait images, and both can capture 1080p selfie videos. At last, for the battery, and both handsets are coming with 3300 mAh battery. Wireless charging is not present on both handsets, and as for the fast charging, both handsets are coming with it, but it should be faster on the 5T as it's gonna have more powerful fast charging. So this is it for this video guys. Let me know what you guys think about both handsets, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.